Good evening. Hope everybody had a good weekend, watched some good football. I'm going to do a little preview or update, so to say, on what's going to happen on Tuesday into Wednesday. Um, Originally, I discussed a couple storm threats after the 15th, and the one, believe it or not, for this weekend, I called it off, but actually some areas up in Connecticut, New England, actually got 6 inches of snow, if not 8 inches of snow. So I should have stuck to my guns a little better. Our area didn't get anything, so I guess that's really what counts. But calling that situation back on January 5th, and yesterday was January 18th, it actually turned out okay for some areas, but it's not perfect. And I retracted my statement, so it doesn't count. But the second part of that statement I made January 5th was another storm potentially from the 18th to the 22nd, and that's looking like it's going to come to fruition now. The reason being the modeling just wasn't handling the energy properly to produce a storm, and it's been having problems all year with that. So it's a little bit easier to correct the models, and now that we're within 36 hours, they're starting to come around. So let's take a look at what's actually going on here. I have to start with the upper air map just so you understand what the dynamics are. So here's a storm system that's going to come and affect the area on Tuesday into real early Wednesday. You can see here comes the energy. It dives down. Notice it starts to consolidate here, which is a good sign. Okay, and then by the time we get to Tuesday at 1 o'clock, you can see this is a basically. Let's see here. It's about a neutrally tilted trough, so not great, but looking better than what it's looked like before. And by the time we get into Wednesday at 7 or Tuesday at 7 p.m., you can see you have this clear negative tilt. And when you have that clear negative tilt, you're going to see a low pressure center develop right around here. Okay, and that's basically what we're going to be looking at. So you can basically see the low pressure center where it would be on that map, and we have a snowstorm. And basically what's happening is you also have a very, very cold Arctic front that's going to be ahead of the storm over the region, so the snow ratios are going to be very high. And also, because there's warm air coming off the ocean, it's going to create convective snowfall, meaning that cold air running into warm air just enhances the precipitation. So this is very similar to the storm we saw in early January. Now let's take a look real quick on the timing of this. So here's the GFS model, just came out. You could see here by the time we get to say early Tuesday morning, snow starts to break out in southwestern Pennsylvania, Virginia area. By the time we get to early afternoon, it's snowing in all areas in blue. By the time we get to Tuesday night, storm starts to crank up. You can see by the time we get to real early Wednesday morning, you have a 989 millibar low sitting off, blasting some of these areas with a moderate snowfall. This isn't going to be a major storm. I'm going to make that very clear. And some models still have this out to sea, but I'm going to go with the solution that shows a snowier solution just because of what the errors have been all year. And this is going to be basically my snow forecast based on the precipitation amounts. So this is the precipitation amounts projected by this model, and this is basically up to a half an inch. The ratios are going to be 15 to 1 with this storm. Some cases a little higher, but say general 15 to 1. So that leads me to make a snowfall map like this based on that the models are going to continue to correct to a more progressive solution. 3 to 6 inches, 2 to 5 over here. This is subject to change. This could either shift a little to the west or a little to the east. If it shifts to the east, this 3 to 6 line will probably move down to just central Jersey, extreme eastern Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. But right now, I think the storm is going to consolidate a little more than the other models are saying. I'm going to put this out of my original map. In terms of Super Bowl, for the forecast, it's going to be seasonable. I don't see any big storms on the horizon for the Super Bowl. I think we're just going to have a normal winter day, temperatures in the mid to high 30s. No snowstorms, nothing crazy. I just don't see that happening at this time. Could change, but that's basically the Super Bowl forecast if you're wondering. Thanks for checking in tonight. I'm sure most people will be looking at this first thing in the morning, but I'll continue to have updates as the model guidance evolves.